work at the Bartram Trail Library, which is part of the St. Johns County Library System, and I'm going to be bringing you a story time today. I didn't pick any theme today, I just sort of did two stories that I really like for you guys, and just a couple of songs that I also really enjoy to sing, and I hope you enjoy them. So today we're going to start with a song you guys are probably familiar with, because I know Miss Alex uses this a lot, which is Hello Friends. And we're going to go hello, friends, and time in this one. Okay, you guys ready? All right. Hello friends, hello friends, hello friends. It's time to say hello. All right. It's so nice just to take a moment to just say hi. How are you? You guys having a good day today? Yeah? That's good. All right, so today we are going to read Not Another Narwhal by SJCPLS, published by Simon & Schuster. Let me try that again. Sometimes you mess up your words, right? Published by Simon & Schuster. There we go. And we're also going to read Nobody Likes a Goblin by Ben Hatke, published by First Second, which is an imprint of Roaring Book Press. And I'm really excited because I love both of these books. But first we're going to sing our Glasses song, and then we'll jump into Not Another Narwhal. So Glasses song, I don't know if you guys are familiar, but you take your glasses, and then you also have your book, and you open your book. And we're going to sing it twice. So you guys ready? Okay. These are my glasses, this is my book. I put on my glasses and open up the book, and I read, and I look. I put down my glasses and close up the book. All right, you ready to do it again? Okay. These are my glasses, this is my book. I put on my glasses and open up the book, and I read, and I look. I put down my glasses and close up the book. All right, you guys having fun? I know I am. And not quite narwhal. It's just a cute little story about when you're just a little bit different. You ready? Okay. I really love some of the illustrations here. Not quite narwhal. SJCPLS. Kelp was born deep in the ocean. He knew early on that he was different from the other narwhals. His tusk wasn't as long as everyone else. He had different tastes in food. And he wasn't a very good swimmer. Well, look at him with his little swimmies. Are you guys good swimmers? I'm a very good swimmer, but I've had a lot of practice. But his friends didn't seem to mind, so Kelp decided he wouldn't mind either. That is, until he was swept away by a strong current. I wish I was a better swimmer. Kelp found himself at the surface, closer to land than he had ever been before. High up on a cliff, he spotted a mysterious, sparkling creature. It looked so familiar. It looked like kelp. Yeah, they do look the same, don't they? Kelp swam towards land as fast as he could, which wasn't very fast at all, hoping that he could catch up with the creature that looked just like him. When he finally reached the shore, Kelp felt a little bit anxious. He had never left the ocean. He was nervous about walking for the first time, but the land creatures made it look so easy. It wasn't. Oh yeah, look, see, first he tries to walk like a crab. How do crabs walk? Do they walk sideways? Yeah, they kind of scuttle sideways, don't they? That doesn't really work for a creature like kelp. And then he tries to go like a frog. And frogs, what do? They hop, and they can hop so far. But again, that doesn't really work for a creature like kelp. But eventually, he got the hang of it. Oh, see, look, now he's trying to walk like a turtle, which walks very slowly, but much more like a creature like kelp. Everything on land was strange and beautiful, but also kind of scary. Kelp began to think he might never find the creature that looked just like him. But as he stumbled out of the forest, land narwhals! Actually, we're unicorns. And by the looks of it, so are you. Maybe Kelp is a unicorn. Kelp had never heard of unicorns before. They taught him all sort of new things about his tusk. We call them horns. They introduced him to unicorn delicacies. Yeah, that unicorn definitely looks a little bit better, and Kelp seems to like it a little bit more than the squids and octopuses the narwhals were eating. And they showed him how to gallop. There was no doubt that Kelp was, in fact, a unicorn. He was having so much fun that he didn't want to leave. But then he remembered all of his friends under the sea. Kelp missed them terribly, so he said goodbye to the unicorns and returned to the ocean. Come back soon! Kelp swam toward home as fast as he could, which wasn't very fast at all, hoping that the narwhals would still like him now that he was a unicorn. When he finally arrived, Kelp had butterflies in his stomach. Oh, but look, welcome home, Kelp! Kelp took a deep breath and told his friends the news. It turns out, I'm not a narwhal. Of course you aren't. I'm a unicorn. We all knew that. They took it quite well. Kelp was happy to be home, but now he'd experienced life on land with the unicorns, and he couldn't seem to forget them. Did he want to be a land narwhal with the unicorns? Or a sea unicorn with the narwhals? Kelp couldn't decide, but then he realized that maybe, just maybe, he didn't have to choose. And see, look, there's the narwhals and the unicorns all together, all doing different activities and sharing some of their different cultures with each other. And that's nice. The end. Wasn't that nice? It's so nice that Kelp didn't have to choose between being a land unicorn or a land narwhal or a sea unicorn, right? And you know what? If you are feeling a little bit like you're a little bit different from your friends, your true friends don't care, and they will help you be who you feel like you always are. All right. Now we're gonna do another little song, and I think we're gonna do Zoom Zoom. Now I really like Zoom Zoom because I love blasting off like a rocket, and my little guy loves it too. I have a little guy who's probably around the same age as a lot of you, and he's always asking me to do it. So what we could do, we're Zoom Zoom, we're going to the moon, is we do this, and then we climb aboard our rocket ship, and then we're gonna count to 5 and blast off. You ready? All right. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. If you want to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! Woo! Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Yeah! Definitely jump up again and stretch out like you're jumping out into the sky. Yeah! Now that we got all that out of our system, we're gonna do a fun activity. Now I don't have anything to hand out, but what you guys are gonna need at home is some yellow construction paper and maybe a different colored construction paper, or some coloring, or some crayons, and some tape, or some glue sticks, or a stapler if you have one, okay? And we are going to make a crown, because our next friend in our next book wears a crown, a little bit like this, all right? And I'm just gonna put this on my head. How does that look? This looks really cool? Yeah. I'm gonna show you how I made this real quick. Now I made mine using staples, because I kind of had to make it in a hurry, I'm not gonna lie. But what I did was I cut out a bit of yellow construction paper just like this, long strip, and then some points on it, because crowns are usually pretty pointy, right? And then I moved it together like this, and I took my stapler. Don't use a stapler by yourself. Have your parent help you with the stapler, okay? And I stapled it just like that, just a couple of times. Yep. And then I went around the base of my crown and I put on my gemstones to make it look a little bit more fancy. Now, what is a red gem called? Do you know? It starts with an R, just like the color red. Is it a ruby? Yeah, that's right. See, you guys know these things. And then I have green ones too. Now, do you know what a green gemstone is called? It starts with an E. It's kind of a long word. It's an emerald, yeah. And there are other different kinds of gemstones too, but I didn't cut them out. There are blue ones called sapphires, that's right, and purple ones. Does anyone know what the purple ones? It starts with an A. It's an amethyst. That's right, and here we have our little crown. And you guys can make these at home. You can wear them with me as we move on to our next story. I'm going to put this right here. Our next story, Nobody Likes a Goblin. But before I read that one, I'm going to drink a little bit of water. It's good to stay hydrated, especially since it's so hot outside. All right. Nobody Likes a Goblin by Ben Hatke. Published by First Second. Nobody Likes a Goblin. See, there's the little crown. Oh. And we're going up and we're going to a dungeon. Deep in a dungeon, the bats were sleeping soundly. Oh, that one's sleeping so loudly, I don't think he's getting any sleep. How many bats are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 bats. And Goblin woke to a new day. He stretched out his arms. He lit the torches. He fed the rats. He gnawed on an old boot for breakfast, and he thought about the day ahead. I think I'll go see Skeleton, said Goblin. Skeleton lived in the treasure room, and he was Goblin's very best friend. They counted bats, they played roll the dice, and Skeleton told Goblin stories from the days when he was a mighty warrior. He even let Goblin try on his old crown, like our crown. Look at me, said Goblin. I'm the Goblin King. But then came the sound of boots on stone. Can you make boots on stone? What's happening? Adventurers! We're storming the dungeon! Oh no! How many adventurers are there? Look, they woke up the bats. That's not nice. See, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 adventurers. They scared the rats. They knocked over the torches. They plundered the pantry. Goblin hid under his bed until they went away. Oh no. The adventurers took everything. They took the gold, they took the maps, the books, the gems, and the scrolls, and they took Skeleton. So Goblin put on his crown and walked out into the wide world to find his friend. It's very brave. Goblin had one neighbor, a hill troll that lived in a cave nearby. I'm looking for my friend Skeleton, Goblin told him. I saw your friend, said the troll. He was with the adventurers who took my honk-honk away over the mountains. I'll get your honk-honk back, said Goblin. Be careful, said the troll. Nobody likes a goblin. I'll be okay, said Goblin, and he walked up into the hills and away over the mountains. Wow, he's got to go really far to find Skeleton. Do you think he's going to be okay? I hope he is. On the far side of the mountains, Goblin met a farmer. I'm looking for my friend Skeleton, said Goblin. Ugh! Shrieked the farmer. A filthy goblin! And he chased Goblin down the road. That's not very nice. The farmer chased Goblin right through an inn full of elves. Ugh! Said the innkeeper. A disgusting little goblin! Catch it! Cried the elves. Now, how many elves are there? Let's see. I see 1, 2, 3, 4 elves. Oh, look. It looks like there might be a 5th and 6th one over here behind the innkeeper. And they're chasing him. Or at least they're trying to catch him. The farmer, the innkeeper, and the elves chased Goblin to the edge of the haunted swamp, and there Goblin saw the adventurers pulling a cartload of spoils, and sitting atop the treasure was Skeleton! Shouted Goblin. Get that goblin! Shouted everyone. Goblin grabbed hold of his friend and ran. Goblin and Skeleton ran through the haunted swamp until they passed a cave. We'll hide in there, said Goblin. They're looking for us, said Skeleton. They will find us soon. I know, said Goblin. Troll was right. Nobody likes a goblin. Well, that's sad. Look at Goblin. He seems so sad, doesn't he? Well, I like a goblin, said Skeleton. And the two friends sat together and waited for their doom. But then, excuse me, said a voice from the back of the cave. Goblin turned and saw many eyes staring at him from the darkness. Do you know who else likes a goblin? Said the voice. Oh, who else likes a goblin? More goblins! Yeah, look at that. We saw your crown, said the other goblins. Are you the Goblin King? Goblin thought for a moment. Yes, he said. Yes, I am. We must defend the Goblin King, said the other goblins. And they did. That's right. You teach those mean people lessons about chasing people. The farmer, the innkeeper, and the elves ran for the hills. Look at the little goblin chasing them. And the adventurers, well, they were never heard from again. And so Goblin and Skeleton and their new friends traveled together back through the swamp, up the road, over the mountains, down the hill, and home to the dungeon. The end. Wasn't that so nice? Goblin found his friend, and some more friends too. All right, so that's our 2 books. We made a crown, and now we're gonna do one more song, and then it's time to say goodbye. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do Mr. Sun. You guys know that one? No? All right, that's fine, I'll teach it to you. So we're gonna go Mr. Sun, and we're gonna go Mr. Sun, and then shine down on me. And then sometimes you have to sort of stop and think to yourself too. But the most important bits is the Mr. Sun and the shine down. Are you ready? All right. Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me. Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, hiding behind a tree. Whoop! These little children all are asking you to please come out so we can play with you. Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me. Yay! So maybe after we're done today, you're gonna get some lunch and then you can go outside and play with Mr. Sun. Or you can stay inside and play some games like Goblin used to play with Skeleton if it's raining, because it rains a lot here in Florida. But that's what you're gonna do next, because it's time for us to say goodbye. And we're gonna do goodbye friends. So it's gonna be just like how we said hello, but instead we're gonna say goodbye. So we're gonna say goodbye friends, and then time to say, okay? All right. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. All right, see you guys next time. Bye.